Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Backstage Bimbo TV. My name is Allison Rouse, your most notorious groupie and author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie, me. This is an old cover. I update them regularly, so go check out the new one. Link is in the description. Read the book, and if you want to hear more, hit the subscribe button, folks. Let's get me out there to more people. All right, hit that like button. And today on Cocktails and Rocktails, I would like to dedicate this to one of the most amazing rock chicks, not just rock chicks, woman, human beings that I've ever known in my life. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this. So, Jen Dawson, this one's for you. I appreciate you and love you so much, my soul sister. You are awesome. Can't wait to get to London and have that drink with you. All right, so for you today, Jen, we are going to do a little guess what? Cheap Trick, Tom Petersson. So this is, let's see, March 7th of 1989. Very hot pussy is what that means. Yeah, we'll do a vlog one day to talk about the different codes on passes and stuff of what they mean. Some of them we helped make up here in Salt Lake City. Some of them we didn't. As you can see, these were already taken. So, or already made. So, all right, folks. And the cocktail for the day is none other than the Cheap Trick. So everybody, grab your dream police, kick up your heels. Let's have a little cocktails and rocktails, shall we, folks? Woo-woo! I think this was supposed to maybe be pinker. Kind of looks like, you know. Well, bottoms up, folks. Cheers, big ears. Oh, actually pretty good. Recipes down in the description. If you like sweet drinks, this is one for you. All right. So, March of 1989. I was still 18 years old. Heard about a band coming into town, Cheap Trick. They had the opening band, Jet Boy, who was Sammy Yaffa from Hanoi Rocks and stuff was in the band. And I loved Jet Boy. I just had bought their cassette because that's what was available at the time, cassettes. And of course loved Cheap Trick. Who didn't love Cheap Trick? The dream police, they're running out of my head. Had not started dancing yet, was still just a groupie. I got Rick's little pic right there if you want to look. So 2000 minus 11 would have been 1989. Very hot pussy meant she's with the band. And yeah, Salt Lake City, March 7th. So that's kind of a little bit of the inside of the codes. So Danny, was it Danny, Kristen, and I don't think it was Kristen. I think Kristen was living out in Hawaii. I know it was Danny and I, for sure. Maybe Kristen. Sometimes I can't remember who was at what gig because, like I said, there's so many. Anyway, so we went and we were like, yeah, it was in the Salt Palace, but it wasn't in the main arena of the Salt Palace. There was a secondary one in the back where Lita Ford and Yngwie Malmsteen and all them played. I do believe I posted that vlog about making out with Lita Ford's fiance right in front of her. Anyway, it was in that area, the Salt Palace. And the buses were way easy, just parked right there. So we go up because they were not in town the night before. We had done the rounds, checked the hotels, no one there. So we go up probably around noon. Sound checks at 4 o'clock, but we're going to do a vlog on how to be a groupie. Still works to this day. Go up, we're hanging out. Sure enough, 10 minutes later. Of course, I mean, like I said, this was the 80s. The band, the road crew, they see some pretty girls hanging out by the buses. They're like white on rice. They're all over us. And that's fine, because we wanted them to be. Or else we wouldn't be hanging out by the buses, would we? Nope. So, the guys from, it was the lead singer of Jet Boy, Mickey Finn, I believe his name was. He had this mohawk. He was really cute. And I was like, ooh. And so he comes out with a roadie, and we're all talking to him, just hanging out, minding our own business, as we do. Well, the band was our own business, so we were minding to the band. And talking, and then all of a sudden, in this beautiful, I believe it was kind of a beige cream-colored suit, and this fedora comes out, Sammy Yoffa, and oh, I don't know what it was that turned me on about him, but something about him just turned me on. And he was just cool, kick back, like original punk glam, you know. So there was just something about him. And so he comes over, we're talking, and he just really wasn't, I mean, he was interested, but he wasn't interested in any of us. He was like, oh, groupies, cool, we'll see, type of attitude. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. It didn't bother me because they were still Cheap Trick and Tom Petersson. Because any good groupie knows you always have to have a backup in case things with your first rocker don't work out, or girlfriend or whatever. Most of the rockers, 90% of the rockers I was with did not have someone at home, so that was never an issue when I was with them. So anyway, we go inside. They get us passes. We go inside, start hanging out backstage, go into the dressing room areas. We're headed to catering to grab a couple drinks with the Jet Boy guys, with Sammy and Mickey, one of the roadies, and I think maybe the bass player. There was a few of the guys. Anyway, so we're going back, and as we're headed towards catering, out of one of the rooms, out of the catering room, I see a couple guys come out. And, you know, like I said, Sammy was cool, and we were talking, but he was just being kind of nonchalant-y. So, we'll see what happens, right? But the guys that come out of the catering room is Tom Petersson of Cheap Trick. And he's a good-looking boy. He is. He's not as tall as I usually like him. I mean, he's a good height, but he's not super tall, but he's got the nice brown hair. I mean, there was just something about him as well. So anyway, he comes down and he sees our little group. He sees we're the only girls backstage. There's like nobody, which surprises me because this is Cheap Trick. They're pretty legendary in 1989. Live at Budokan and all, Fast Times at Richmond High, Dream Police. They were pretty legendary. So to not see many groupies hanging around was kind of a shock. So, but made it easier for us because when you're the only groupies hanging out, you got your pick of the litter. So Tom comes over to our group and he's talking and we're goofing off and he's looking at me and I can see him kind of, when someone wants to talk to you or is paying attention to you, or you may be the actual reason they come over to the group, they try to be nonchalant, but then they keep sneaking looks over at you, and that's what Tom was doing. Till eventually, you know, because he's talking with the boys, and they're like, oh, you should meet our new friends. This is Danny. This is Kristen. We'll just say Kristen was around. I think she was, but she might have still been in Hawaii at this point. And then she moved to Florida. But anyway, so he gets to me, he's like, hello, how are you, Allison? I'm like, good, nice to meet you. He's like, so, you here with anybody? Kind of looked over at Sammy Yoffa, and he was just like, meh, kind of wandered off. So I'm like, no, apparently not. No, we just met the boys outside, thought we'd come in and play. That was my answer because we're groupies. We're coming into the rock concert to play with the band. And he's like, well, kind of thirsty. I just got done eating, but mind if I join you? No, of course not. So he comes into catering. We're hanging out. We're enjoying the evening, goofing off. Mickey's throat is kind of bothering him, you know, and it's getting closer and closer to showtime. So I'm just hanging out with Tom, having a drink. We're catching a lunch and catering. We're going to go back out onto the bus and imbibe a little weed as we do normally. So Tom, we're getting up to leave and he grabs my hand and he kind of looks at me because while we were sitting there talking, he was kind of doing the leaning forward thing and putting his, kind of sliding his hand on to my knee and kind of, you know, feeling the boundaries out, seeing where he could touch, how far he could go, whatevers. He could go far. But, you know, it's not like, oh, I meet this rock star, my panties go to the ground, let's fuck. No, that's not it at all. Not at all. there's got to be some sort of a seduction, some sort of game, some sort of foreplay and romance, and not just watching him on the stage. But groupies like to feel that first date, meeting someone, chemistry sensation too. And that's what was kind of feeling that out. So he grabs my hand as we're getting ready to leave. He's like, well, I have to go do an interview. He's like, but I sure would love to see you later tonight. I'd love for you if you wanted to stand on the side of the stage. And I was like, okay. That's kind of like a rocker asking you to go on a date. So I was like, oh cool, I got me a date with Tom Petersson. Woo! So, oh, hang on. So, yeah, I told him, of course, gonna hang out with you tonight. Sounds like a good plan. So he went off, gave me a little peck on the cheek, went off. Go do his interview. We went and we were smoking with Jet Boy and stuff, so we come back in with Jet Boy. It's time for them to go on stage. And as we're going to the stage, Mickey, it's the first time I've ever seen this, and I know rockers drink a lot of lemon and honey tea for their throat, the singers do. Or just put lemon straight in their mouth like Mickey did. Like, he just poured it straight down into his mouth. That's one thing I remember about the night for some reason, was Mickey Finn pouring honey down his throat as we were walking to the stage, because it was on the side of the stage for him. So we go to the stage, we're watching Jet Boy, enjoying the evening, having a good time. Well, I've got my back to the stairs so I don't see him coming up, but all of a sudden from behind me I just feel a hand wrapped around my waist, and he's like, hello, Allison. And I turn around and I'm well, hello, Tom. How you doing? Sup, baby? If men can catcall women, trust me, I can catcall a rock star better than any construction worker. This is a fact. I'm good at the, hey, baby, hey, daddy. Yeah, and I get away with it. But, so he comes up, he wraps me around and kind of is leaning behind me and talking to me. He's like, you gonna stay here for my show? You're gonna be here on my side of the stage? It's like, but you've got to go over to the other side. So, okay. And he's kind of nuzzling into my neck. He gives me another kiss on the cheek. He's like, I'll see you in a while. Oh, yes, you will, Mr. Petersson. I'll see baby Petersson in a while, too. But is it a baby? Or is it a big boy? Come to Patreon and find out. We know I don't talk about the dirty details here. Get over to Patreon. You want to hear the size of their cocks? Let's go. Want to hear live shows? Want to see backstage? Get your ass to Patreon. Anyway, so he goes off, gets ready to go on stage. His guitar tech comes out, grabs Danny, and we'll just say Kristen was there. Danny, because I know there was a third. Danny, Kristen, and I, we go to the side of the stage on Tom's side. He comes out, he's like, kiss for good luck? Honey, I will suck you for luck. Yeah. Yep. I was, a very, what's the word? It's not promiscuous. If it's a guy, he was a playboy. So I guess I was kind of a playgirl, playwoman of my time, and like to have a lot of lovers. And Tom definitely became the next one for sure. Because he came out on the stage, gave me a kiss for good luck, went out on the stage, he played, and these guys this is probably one of the most awesome light shows I've ever seen any band do. It was just all white lights and mirrors, and it was so fucking cool. Whoever the lighting guy was on this tour, well done. And just watching Cheap Trick, because this is the only time I ever saw Cheap Trick actually play. And I want to see them more because I love Cheap Trick. I love their last, one of their albums I used to dance to a lot. The one with the flame on it. And I did Dream Police as one of my theme shows and such, as you do as a stripper. But yeah, so show played. It was fucking awesome. I was so excited to see these guys, to see Cheap Trick, and to watch them. But I was even more excited for after the show. So he's like, let me go shower. I'm like, yeah, skip the damn showers. I don't care. I will suck the sweat out your sack. So come on. Because once I get in my mood and I'm watching that musician on stage, I I know a lot of musicians who know to come in that dressing room and just get on me. What can I say? Mama wants what Mama wants when she wants it. So Mama does it. But so anyway, what is with my light lately? Anyway, so he goes, jumps in a quick shower, gets dressed. We take off to the hotel bar. We're hanging out. And we go upstairs. What do we do upstairs? We read the Bible. No. But I did get on my knees and repent a little. So yeah, of course, went back upstairs, had a really great night with Tom 3 times, and twice in the morning before they had to get on the plane. So, you want to find out what that was like? Like I said, come over to the Patreon. I'll tell you all the dirty details. But like I always say, ladies, look at the pinky. If the pinky's almost long as the ring finger, ride the bitch till it falls off. Okay? All right. So this one was for you, Miss Jen Dawson. Lots of love to you. I'll call you soon. Hope everybody is enjoying these vlogs. Like I said, hit the like button. Even if you're not subscribed, because 75% of people watching this are not subscribed. So subscribe, hit that like button as much as possible so we can get me noticed more on YouTube here. Hit the bell so you know when I'm doing a weekly vlog or the bonus midweek vlogs, because there's a lot of good stuff coming up. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Come over to Patreon, join to hear about the cock sizes, and also on Patreon I will be doing live stuff and videos from hanging out with bands now that concerts may or may not be coming back. We're still kind of waiting on that. A lot of my friends are having to cancel. So we'll see what happens in the coming months. Like I said, Judas Priest, Korn was supposed to be here, canceled. Don't know if they'll make it because Jonathan has COVID. So get your vaccines, people. Let's get music back. That's our gateway drug to concerts again, okay? Let's all get healthy. Let's get life back. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit my bells. And tune in next week for another episode of Cocktails and Rocktails. Cheers, everybody.